Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well out there. We just had this intense full moon in Leo opposite all the planets in Aquarius, which doesn't happen often. So it's a big wake up, especially for the USA, since it does affect the moon of the USA chart. But the solar eclipse, the annual solar eclipse on the 17th, will have a stronger impact. So it's a wake-up call for the collective, how America feels, so to speak. Security, awareness, what the ideals are of a humanitarian, fair, just system for everyone. So we'll see. It's a big wake-up time this February. Mercury goes retrograde on the 28th. Uranus just went direct yesterday, and Taurus, it'll move through there until it goes into late April, it'll go into Gemini again. So that's going to be a big impact coming up. And the north node of the USA chart was also impacted by this full moon. So it's about destiny. Also, our relationships with other nations are still undergoing change, review. Now we're creating more enemies than friends. Anyways, let's go week by week, see what the tarot says first week. Just going to pick 5 cards. So that's really this week. The 4th through the, say, the 10th will be general, for most people in the US, something we need to know this week. What's coming up? Anything we need to know? News or political stuff or changes? The solar flares have been intense. Something else. So we've got new projects, new information, the Star of Hope, faith, healing, have hope in the future. Looks like things are getting brighter this week. Still, there might be some issues, of course. There always is. Let me just pause this for a sec. Reading the energy of the cards, it looks positive. Just the 9 of coins upside down here and the King of Wands, new information. There's something about new investments and then losses with investments. So I don't know if that's the crypto or the stock market or something with that going down. But maybe they're not, banks aren't working as well, or something's going on with the banking industry. There'll be some kind of information about it or some kind of new leadership emerging. We'll see about that. Not sure what that means. With Uranus going direct in Taurus, it could be affecting people who started some kind of new investments. Maybe that's what it means, that it's not going to be not going to yield what they thought it would be. It's not going to give what they thought it would be. So just, I don't know, watch your finances is what I want to say. Okay, that was the week, the first week, the second week. Monday the 9th through the 15th. Monday the 9th through the 15th. That's the last quarter moon phase, so it's a finishing up time. Well, first card is the Nine of Swords, so people still suffering over anxiety. Again, this is a general reading for the USA. Partnerships, lovers, who you're going to connect with might be important during these times. Who's your network of support? This leadership card came up. Queen of Wands, independence, self-sufficiency. This is a new Aries energy too that's coming in with Neptune and Saturn and Aries, new like a new inspiration, fire energy. It's the fire horse here. New leadership, partners, people joining. Okay, second week. Do we need to know? Again, this idea of looking over your investments, your money, your investments, the things you care about that you're putting energy into. I'd say that that's what this means. Seven of Pentacles. And it is a month of review with Mercury going retrograde, Jupiter still retrograde in the water sign Cancer. So we're still thinking security, what we can depend on, reliability. Some plans may or may not work out. Seven of Swords. Well, it could be an ounce of frustration around the second week. And then the Fool, new beginning, a new path that will be forged with the Fool card. So I'm thinking it has to do with leadership, with partners, with the end of suffering, especially if this has anything to do with Minneapolis right now, what the government's doing. What is it Ben Franklin said? Watch your government. And things will clear up in time. That's a good omen there with the Temperance card, finding balance. So if you're out there protesting, stay off the street, don't engage with ICE, use your common sense, because those guys are vicious. They're criminals. Just saying. Let's, what else is happening that second week? All right, third week, the 16th through the 22nd. It's only 4 weeks this month because we have 28 days. The big solar eclipse on the 17th, Aquarius, and beginning of the Chinese lunar year, the horse, fire horse, Mardi Gras, Ramadan. Yeah, the holidays. So the religious stuff on Wednesday, the Ash Wednesday for the Catholics. Time of Atonement, maybe for some. New beginnings. It feels like spring here. We're in Arizona, so we get an early spring. New beginning, new inspiration, a new start. And I think it's the Saturn and Neptune energies coming in with the fire, with the inspiration to all, especially Aries people, Sun signs, Libra people, Cancer and Capricorn. early degrees will get affected by this Saturn energy, Saturn Neptune. And look at second time, the Star card, the beginning of inspiration, hope. The universe has our back, like that. I shuffled these cards. Seven of Pentacles again. Time to review things, review projects, plans, finances, practical things. Picking the same cards. The Queen of Wands here, the new leadership. We shuffle here. Sometimes the tarot will give you the same message over and over again, no matter how many times you pick cards. It's an interesting phenomena. Yeah, there's something new about leadership that's emerging. People speaking, expressing themselves. It was interesting to see the monks walking. And then yesterday was the Apache Nation in beautiful floats and just indigenous people, spiritual warriors showing up. It's a great time to remember who we are. Let go of the suffering, the feeling of defeat, failure, victimization, hopelessness. We have hope. We created ourselves. Review. Don't let life get you down. All right. The information can be intense at times because we're seeing so clearly what's going on, the paradigm of power and the corruption in the governments and the rulers, the billionaires. So, I mean, everybody's aware of what's going on. We'll see what happens. All right. Last week, the last week of February, what do I get? Got Mercury retrograde going on the 25th, not the 28th, but some people feel it like 2 weeks before computers break down or glitches or misinformation starts, being in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. All right, what I want to say here for the last week. That's 23rd through the 28th. What do we have to know about, learn about, be aware in the USA? Not the world, but the USA. The moment. Something's going down in the White House. Is it the government shutdown, maybe? Didn't ask about that. Looking, don't travel. This could mean, too, that there's some misinformation going on. There's a problem with traveling or the world or growth. Jupiter retrograde, I would say we can't really grow right now as much as we'd like. And maybe people looking for other options abroad or other opportunities, but they're not coming in yet. And the Four of Wands upside down, that's always the White House kind of the structure. There's instability going on here with the structure. Of course, the people that are running the White House right now are muck with the crazy. Two of Cups. Yeah, I think it's important that people come together, find common ground, what they're tuned to vibrationally. But I think we have to wait and see. February will kind of be a review time. I didn't ask about the earth changes, but we can go there with that because they're happening. Sicily has been destroyed, a lot of the coastline with cyclones and glaciers melting, the solar flares. What do we need to know about the earth? Earth changes. Powerful forces, people coming together. Follow your heart. It might be the sense of preparedness, like, I don't know, for some people get a heater or an extra generator or something. Again, community, finding community. Sometimes this can also mean like to make a vow, to make a commitment, to follow your heart. The earth is always changing, but there are cycles where it's more or less. Get organized. The Eight of Pentacles. I'm also going to read this again as watch how you're investing your time and money. Get organized, be organized. Get ready for change. Might still be people trying to bully others. Five of Swords. What do I want to say about that? That to me is like people being victimized still in order for others to control. Just all about control, power. Control, power, and abuse is still, it's just being revealed. And for those who have eyes to see, some people still want to be head in the sand about it, but people awakening this month, more people. This election year is going to be interesting. Hopefully, we'll catch whoever is trying to steal. The burdens that we're all carrying, the rent, the mortgage, the cost of resources, who's making money off our backs. Younger people emerging this election year, expressing their views, freedom of expression. Well, there it is, Jupiter going forward, so that's going to change. I think that's April or May. No, I think it's April that Jupiter finally goes forward. No, it's March. Take it back. March. Yep, March 12th, Jupiter goes forward in the water sign Cancer, so things will start to move forward this spring. Yeah, so looking good this spring. Dropping the burdens. I guess the earth needs to warm up too because it's so much cold now and back east in the north. Things will find their balance, like the spring equinox. In terms of the heat distribution on the planet will find its balance. Still, the pace is going to be kind of slow this month. But in terms of the election year, people getting organized with the Knight of Pentacles there, Slow, steady movement forward, organized. What else? Just, still watch your back, protect, defend, be aware. Conserve energy, get things in order, organized. And then there's going to be a burst of growth, I think in March. Okay, I think I'll leave it there for now. If there's anything else I really want to, if there's going to be another pandemic, seems to be something about that. Always doubts on how long Trump's going to be in office. See what we get on that. Can I know about Trump in office? So yes, many more months. Well, let's say how many more years? Less than a year. Many more months will he be in office, like physically doing stuff? Months? It's weird, I get 7 months. But what about his health? Right now it's reading 50%. I don't know, I keep getting different variables. I thought we only had 2 or 4 more months of him. Will he still be on the planet? 2026. Donald Trump. That's a yes. Okay, what about his health? How healthy? It's like 30%. Well, he doesn't look very healthy and he's old. But he will remain in office. So I don't think he's going to be impeached. Go a little further here. Will the Democrats take over the House in the election? Can we go that far right now? No, it went right to 90%. Will the Republicans try to steal the election? Yes. Will the Democrats try to steal the election? That immediately goes to no-ish, 20%. They do things by the book. The Democrats. Yes. Not 80%. The Republicans, so-called. Nope. 30%, 20%. No, they're going to try to cheat, of course. No mystery there. Let me see if I can get 3 cards on the election. What does it look like? Of course, energies can change, but what does it look like right now? Moving forward, I think people are going to show up and vote. Yeah, that's a good one first. So people are going to show up and vote this year, midterms. What percentage? I get a good 70% or good. That's how I look at that number. Voting, people voting this election, midterms, USA. Not time yet to predict on this is what I'm getting. The 8 of Cups, people want to just give up, try something different, run away, think about it for a while. But they're not using their wisdom. They got to listen to their wisdom, I think, here with the Hermit upside down. Maybe some people feel isolated. They're not being represented, so they want to take off and forget about it. And the 9 of Wands, protection, watching, keeping guard, looking out for what? Abuse, stealing, looking out for what? Can you tell me? The Fool. Yeah, so Looks like people really want something new is what I'm going to read this. That they're saying, putting all these cards together, that they're giving up on what has been, still trying to find their own standing. Neither Republican nor Democrat. Something else, something new. People looking for something new leadership. Well, we'll see. It'll be an interesting year, but I can't make any major predictions right now. Looks like the Democrats, God willing, and the creek don't rise, will be getting the House. What about the Senate? The Senate stayed the same. Okay, so will the Senate stay the same? Maybe see what the probabilities are right now for the Senate to change. Democrats taking over the Senate. Will they do that in 2026? Getting a 50-50. Maybe it's going back and forth, so it's hard to predict right now. Will they take over the Senate, the Democrats, this year? Nope, it's still staying at 50. Will the Republicans continue as they are in the Senate? No, they're not. They're not continuing 30%. So I guess some are leaving is what I'm seeing. So there's going to be some changes in the Senate. Let's see. From whose point of view, perspective. Oops. Well, show me the Senate. What can I know about the Senate? Where they're going, where they're at. Both Republican, Democrat, Independents. We can get a read on that. Well, getting organized, but moving pretty slow, and they care about their money, investments, lack of leadership. Well, maybe it'll be the end of confusion, not the continual deception and confusion with the moon card, but it's still, they need leadership and they need to be better organized. The Senate, both Democrats, Republicans, Independents. It'll be a new beginning, though, which is good to see that Ace of Swords there, new beginning. Willpower. So some kind of leadership will emerge, but we'll see if it's in the spring. Okay, this has gone on long enough for today. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. It helps the channel. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you.